Hey everyone, so today I'm doing an E.L.F brush review, and it's on every professional brush and every studio line brush. So the first half of my video is going to be base brushes, and then I'm going to go to eye brushes. So, yep, keep watching. Alright, the first brush is the Kabuki face brush. And by the way, if I keep looking down there, it's because I have all my notes right down here, so that's why. Okay, so this is the Kabuki brush, and it's really, really, really soft. I don't know if you can see that. Try to focus it. But it's just so soft, and it applies really well. But the only thing is, it takes a really long time to dry. But with any brush, I think you have that problem, so I usually just set mine out overnight. Okay, next one is the complexion brush, which looks like this, and it's kind of dome shaped, but it's squeezed right there, so like this way it's thinner, but you turn it and it gets bigger. This one's really soft too. Basically every studio line brush is really soft, and I think it applies really well. The only reason I don't use it too much is because it is flimsy, but I still like it for like a setting powder. Okay, next brush. Let's see, stipple brush. Okay, I really like this, but I know a lot of people use these for foundation, but this one doesn't really work so well with that, just because, as you can see, it's really flimsy. But I really like it for blush. You can probably see it's a little pink, because I did use it today. And it's really nice. So, I mean, I use it for sheer coverage, because it's like sheer brush kind of deal. So, looks like that. Okay. Next brush is the blush brush. So this is like a mini version of the complexion brush. As you can see, same kind of concept with the squeezed in part. So this one's really nice if you want blush that's a little bit more more color to it, or a more pigmented color on your cheek. So if you're going for a more dramatic look, I definitely would say go for this brush. Really soft too. So this is the blush brush. Oh, and I forgot to say, with the complexion brush, I did notice when I washed it, it had like a black or gray color come out in the water. But that's not really a big deal to me. I don't know. Like, better that it wash out than the dye get on your face, right? It's my theory. Okay, let's see. The foundation brush. Now, this foundation brush looks, well, there's the name. If you want to focus. Yeah, there's the name right there. And then this is what it looks like. It's angled. So, you can get into the creases pretty well with this one. But the only thing is, I did use it, and it came, like, it kind of made my foundation look liney, so I'm not a huge fan of this. But it is really soft, but it is firm enough to, you know, put it on and get into there. So it really does get in there. Alright, next one is the powder. Now, I think every person should own this brush. So it looks like this. Really soft, and it's much firmer than the complexion brush, which is why I prefer this one over that one, because I feel like, I don't know, it's easier to control. And it is a little hard to get into the corners and places, but you know, you can deal. I mean, it's a really nice brush, really soft, really good quality. Definitely recommend it for $3. I mean, and like a lot of the times you can get 50% off studio line. Like, they always have coupon codes. So on my Twitter, I constantly am putting like E.L.F coupon codes on there. So follow me on Twitter. Okay. And then the next brush is the fan brush. So it looks like this. Really soft again. And this one, I don't know, I like it for fallout when you have the fallout under here. And I guess it's really good for sheer application of powder. Like, I did notice it puts it on really smooth and it doesn't look, you know, cakey or anything. I don't know, I think it's a really good brush. I really like it for fallout though, because it really works. Like, I try to brush it away and then you get the eyeshadow lines and it's just not nice. But this one, you can just sweep it away. So this is really good. Okay, now for the professional line face brushes. So this one, the Professional Total Face Brush, looks like this. Yeah, not a fan at all. This thing, first of all, it's really scratchy. I don't know, it reminds me of my Studio, what is it, Studio Tools one powder brush. Looks like this. I think they're really similar. They're both really scratchy. And this one too, it sheds so much. I don't know. I didn't even bother with it. I tried putting powder on. No. So I do not recommend this at all. Sorry. I feel bad. Sorry, brush. Okay, let's see. The bronzing brush, which looks like this. Now this one is scratchy like the powder brush, but I do like this just because it's really nice for contouring. I don't use it for bronze. It's kind of small. I don't know. But it is nice for the angling, contouring, whatever. Yeah. And I mean, this one I noticed doesn't shed like the powder one does. So, I do recommend this one. Okay. Let's see. Alright, the foundation brush for the professional line looks like this. And I thought that this one kind of applied better. It was less liney to me, but it was harder to get into the, you know, cracks and stuff, the creases. And I also noticed when I washed this, it did have a yellow coloring come out of it. But that's not too bad. Looks like this. Okay. And then the last face brush, whoops. Okay, the last face brush is the Professional fan brush. This one's a little scratchy, but it does work about the same as the other fan brush. And the one thing that I kind of am upset about is it broke. But I mean, that's not too bad. I can just glue that right back in. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, this works pretty decently. Like, why is my bang doing that? Okay. I don't like it when they separate and I get, see? No, go back. Okay. Alright, so now on to the eye brushes. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Professional line eye brushes. So the first one that I'm going to show you is the little concealer one. Now, look at how tiny that is. I've been told I've had really tiny hands. This is my pinky finger. It's bigger. So, it's kind of, yeah. But it looks like this. Really tiny, but it is a good concealer brush just for getting to these small little blemishes. So, yeah, this is a decent, okay brush, you know. The blending. Now, I really like this one. It's really soft. Ooh, had some eyeshadow in that one. Yeah, it's just really nice for blending. Even like putting on eyeshadow, just full lid. I like that. Okay, next one is the liner. Yeah, this is what the liner looks like. Not a fan at all. I don't think it works at all. First of all, when I was looking at it, I was like, wow, you know what? That's really thick. That's going to create a really thick line. And also, it's just really stiff. Like, I mean, it's so stiff. It kind of hurt trying to put it on. So I gave up with that one. I don't recommend this. Like, I don't even use it at all. Defining brush. This one I like too. It is a contouring kind of brush. So I use it in the crease. Really nice, really soft. Looks like that. I'm trying to do close-ups for you guys because I noticed, like, I was going on to look for reviews for them before I bought them because I didn't want to get, like, terrible brushes. And I noticed that, like, I couldn't find any where people show the brush really up close. So I'm trying to get it, like, really close so you guys can see all the details of it. Okay, so the shadow. Okay, personal preference, I like smaller brushes such as, you know, like the Sonia Kashuk one. That's nice and small. It fits on my eyelid. But this one, compare it. See how much wider it is? Yeah. Alright. So if you like the wider brushes, I recommend this just because it's really soft. It really picks up the color well. It really applies well. But just because my eye is, you know, I have tiny eyes because I'm tiny, it doesn't fit so well. I could probably make it work, but, you know, I just like the small brushes. So it looks like that. Okay, next one is the sponge. I like this one too. I use it for lining. So you get a little bit of like a cream shadow or whatever on it, and you line the bottom by smudging it underneath your eye. Now, when I was looking at the review, I wasn't sure if this was like tightly packed bristles or an actual sponge. It's an actual sponge. You can see that. And that is a sponge. Okay, the eyelash. Oh wait, no, here's the eyelash one. The eyelash one. Now, I mean, it's an eyelash thing. There's not really much to review on it just because, you know, basically all these are the same. It's not falling apart. So, I mean, I can say that it's like a decent quality. But, you know, you don't do much with these. There's only one use, and it's not that hard to make. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now for the comb. Same thing. I mean, it's a comb. It works. It's good. It's nice. And the last professional brush is the lip defining brush. This isn't really eyes, but you know, I want to put it in there. So it looks like this. It does its job, but it is a little flimsy. So you can see that. Yep. So that's the professional line. Now onto the studio line.